Okay, how you guys doing? It is me, John Crump, and we're back here for another great news. This is a good beginning. I wouldn't say that it is a end of all ends, but it is a good beginning for everyone out there because there's something called the NICS monitoring system, which I reported back in 2019. Wait, you there?
The NICS monitoring searchable database system?
No, what it is okay. Let me go ahead and explain it. What, we only got one person in here? Is the alert
only one? That's the only one that is important.
Weird. Oh, no, we got okay. It's just there's some type of delay. Okay. So, okay, let's get to this. Okay, NICS monitoring. What is NICS monitoring? NICS monitoring is a program between the FBI and ATF where the ATF can request a NICS monitoring of people. The statute of NICS says that after 24 hours, all data in NICS has to be deleted.
Well, except if you're a Chicago agent providing that data to California.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Don't interrupt me. People get... No, it's just the people always email me about that. They like Patrick better.
Ooh.
I'm serious.
Well, okay, then.
I'm just playing with you, Rich. No, okay. So what the NICS monitoring does is the ATF can put in a request to the FBI to pull all NICS records of anyone who is buying guns. So basically, they can say, we need to monitor this person. They can monitor for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 180 days. And you don't have to be, before, you didn't have to be suspected of a crime. You could be
just suspected of being Californian.
No, you could be, it could be from something like a association, or maybe they think you might have the propensity to commit a crime in the future. So that's the whole entire purpose of the program.
I saw a movie about that.
In 2019, I got inside information and reported on it. GOA subsequently filed a Freedom of Information Act request to determine how long it's being used, how many people, and a lot of people were being monitored. One of the interesting things that they found out was through this FOIA request is that ATF agents were monitoring people from California, because in California they have an assault weapons ban. So they were worried, California was worried that people were going to go out of state, buy a long gun, which you can do, and bring it back to California. But Rich, you brought up a good point on this in the past, and that is,
if you have a residence outside of California, or maybe your family has a hunting cabin or something like that in Utah, and you just go visit and you needed an AR-15.
Yeah, so basically like a Minority Report thing, as in state media says. Well, when I wrote about that, that got, and Gun Owners of America put that out, that got a lot of heat. And the ATF actually took notice, which is insane, and said, you know what, we agree with you. This is wrong. Which is freaking amazing, but whatever. So there has been a memo released, and I'm going to put it up on the screen. And Rich, now this is where you can talk, and we're gonna
hold on. You didn't go live. Oh, you didn't go live on John Crump Live. You only went live on John Crump News.
Oh, I did. Oh,
you want me to click it on?
No, that's okay. Just leave it there.
Okay. And
okay, so this is the new alert policy here.
The use of NICS alert is a valuable investigative technique for firearm trafficking investigations. It is critical that this tool is utilized properly and only when needed. To this end, we are undergoing an extensive review of all current alerts and stipulating additional requirements for future use of NICS alerts. Effectively, immediately, special agents in charge, approval and deputy assistant director, concurrence is now mandatory for all NICS alerts. NICS alerts only may be utilized in the case involving suspected violations of federal firearm statutes. Blah. The investigative technique should not be utilized to primarily investigate state firearm laws. A formal memo for approval will be utilized, which will require the following information.
All right, we can skip that information. It's the same thing on there right now. Oh well, right now this is policy, but before this, they didn't have to seek approval. They could just put it in, and they could put it in for any reason. Now the new policy, they have to be suspected of a crime. Before, you didn't have to be suspected of a crime. You could be monitored because of association. And they were monitoring for states like California. Now that is totally verboten, and it goes up to the special agent in charge, who has to go to their boss.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be used a lot less. Well, keep on reading.
Upon SAC concurrence, the memo must be submitted to field management staff for review and DAD approval. FMS will communicate back to SAC, the DAD, the decision. Upon DAD approval, the requester will upload approved memo to the Spartan source documents and proceed with the FBI NICS. In other words, there's a lot of effing steps here to get this done.
There's a lot of effing steps, and this is being monitored by the chief legal counsel, deputy director, and everyone. So I see suspicion of a crime. It's going to be no one. I think people are going to be less. Going to be reluctant to use that as an excuse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because they're going to have to explain the crime and everything else. All right, read the next one.
So FMS will monitor all NICS flags and notify the SAC and requester of upcoming expirations. Renewal of the NICS alert requires SAC concurrence and DAD approval. This process will also be documented in a formal memo and processed through FMS. Instructions regarding the maintenance and purging of NICS alert information will be provided by FMS. Any concurrent NICS alerts may only be renewed utilizing this process. Further, the extension of a NICS alert for a more than 6 months requires deputy director and chief counsel concurrence. Whoa!
All right. So, that's the second guy and the lead lawyer. Okay, this is important here because through my inside sources, I found out a lot of the requests when they put in, they just let them sit, and not because of malice, but just because they're not following the procedures. They just never remove them.
Well, they're not compelled to follow any of the procedures, so who cares, right?
So they never remove it. So there's been flags sitting in there for a long time that no one's even looking at that should have been removed.
Boy, do I have a lot to say.
Yeah.
This is it. Like I always say about FBI, I'm sorry, ATF, is it as though the Department of Motor Vehicle hates cars and hates drivers and hates issuing driver's licenses and license plates. We're going in the right direction. I want to make sure I'm clear about that to the audience, that big steps in the correct direction are happening. Anybody else getting fired before 5 o'clock?
I think the firings are done for today.
But
I think, Rich, you might have known of the latest firing early, I believe.
Yep. Yeah. I'm sorry. I've been busy today, but I didn't jump on your stream. And
no, I told you like a week ago.
Yeah. So Crump, if I had an ATF Magic firing 8-ball, what does the future hold, oh Magic 8-ball?
I don't know. We'll have to see. They're not done yet. I'll tell you that.
So if I had an ATF firing Magic 8-ball, it would say check again next week. What would it say?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to FGM. How's it going, man? So yeah, I things are moving in the right direction. Keep the pedal to the metal, guys. You guys are doing the right thing at ATF. Greatly appreciate it. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, it's there's a lot changing. And there's gonna be more. Like next week's gonna be a busy week.
Hmm. Well, okay then.
Next week's gonna be a busy week.
So, all right, the rumor I'm about to create, is there any truth to Brandon Herrera moving his studio? Is that, is he going to have a DC studio? Is there any chance on that?
I don't know anything about Brandon Herrera, if he's moving his studio or not.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for sure. Yeah, everyone got their shirts, but one guy got his shirt lost in the mail.
Oh, shoot. Dude, all right. I just got, and thank you very much. I want to say thank you for giving me this. This is so cool. Finally got it after its 1 week plus journey. You could have thrown it in a bottle when you're at your beach house, and it would have got here quicker.
I have no idea why it was doing that.
Leave it to the government.
Nancy Misfit, you didn't get your patch?
Oh, where's my patch? Where is it? I held it up last night on Dark's show.
If anything, let me know if you got your patch or not, because I sent one.
The patch is within a foot of me. I don't know where it is.
All right. So yeah, that's it. This is the patch he's talking about for supporters at the $5 level or more, and we're sponsored by Gideon Optics. Gideon Optics makes some of the best optics on the planet. You should have got it. So $5 or more support level will get you a patch. Mitten State, email me your address. I got to get you one out. I'll get you one out. But Xanthi, you should have got it. I'll check it if it's not there, then I'll send it, because I sent it. I sent everything out last Friday, so it's been in the mail for a week. Rich, when did you get yours?
Oh no, that thing. I think it was 9 days to get to my house from when you mailed it.
Oh well, it's been at least 9 days since I sent everything out, because I sent yours out with everyone else's.
I think it went on the 16th or 17th, and it only came yesterday.
Well, there you go. I don't know what's going on. Okay.
So Mechanical Mercenary, I am totally tongue-in-cheek making a joke about Brandon Herrera, because Brandon's video that he released yesterday, he said it's the last video in his old studio, and the future videos will be in a new studio.
Oh, okay.
That's totally just talking crap here. So
yeah, I don't think he's the new ATF director.
Yet.
No. All right. Well, we're going to get out of here. I just wanted to give you guys the good news. Things are moving, and it feels kind of dirty for me to say things are moving in the right direction to the ATF, but
any news about stuff we can't talk about?
No, not yet. Next week this should be a pretty busy news week. So it looks like a lot more people would like the lives more than the pre-recorded videos. So I think we're gonna start doing more lives and less recorded. I think YouTube's pushing them more this way, because it's not only me, it's like everyone I've been talking to.
Oh, okay.
Their lives.
Well, Braden Langley Outdoors, he does like 2 lives a day.
Yeah, he's one of he noticed the same thing I did.
Although I was a little aggravated with Braden. I don't know if it was his morning video or evening video. And don't get me wrong, I'm cool with Braden. Not like we're besties or anything, but we're cordial. He was talking about how the Democrats, the DNC, is going after David Hogg. And I'm like, no. Let David Hogg do the crazy stuff.
Yeah.
The more crazy, it's what was the Napoleon saying? Don't let your enemy, don't stop your enemy when they're doing things wrong.
Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta get out of here. So I will see you guys a little later.
Bye-bye.